What? Content warnings? In my video game?
I'm glad I'm being warned that I'll be content.
Yeah, me too. I do love being warned that contentment is ahead. Hey everyone, how are you doing? A great number of people in the 8PR Discord were talking about this game, and it had, because we've been playing through Scarlet Hollow, we had been, obviously Black Tabby's been on our radar. However, a lot of people got very normal about this game.
Interesting.
If you know what I mean. And I'm like, okay. We were planning on playing it, but I wound up bumping it up a little bit because several people had mentioned it. At least one person asked for it by name. And I'm like, okay, you know what? This was on the list anyway. We really want to play this. We're going to do that. Anyway, please do mind the content warnings. Contains flickering image effects and a parallax effect that had caused motion sickness. Yeah, we're playing with those on, so flickering image warning and all that.
Can we crank up the parallax so that my stomach feels real bad?
No, stop that. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story.
Interesting.
I like the telling you up front, like, don't fucking worry about fucking it up, just go. Just keep moving, it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be great.
It will be.
Now, this game does have phenomenal voice acting, which is why we are going to play with the voice volume all the way down. Because that's how we do it here. Like, if you want to hear the voice acting, plenty of other channels are doing that as well. But, you know, you come here for us, right? Now, we did see someone, EV, friend of the channel, play through the demo of this. So I have some idea of what to expect. But that was only like a small, short bit of a game that apparently has 90+ achievements in it. Which is alarming.
That is a large number of achievements.
A game that we're just going to put out in between episodes of Scarlet Hollow just to keep things busy, you know? So I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit a new game here. The Hero and the Princess.
For a moment, I thought you said we were going to put it out between episodes of Scarlet Hollow, and I was like, wait, are we doing another episode of Scarlet Hollow? Yay!
No, not quite. The narrator will be played by me, your humble host, SK.
I see.
Well, do you want to be the narrator?
No, you can be narrator.
Okay. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And at the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Oh, hold on. Can I do this with my... I can't. Not easily, anyway. Alright, I'm gonna grab the mouse for this. Alright. Oh, hey, look at... Oh, that's the parallax.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. Alright, what do we got? What, the end of the world? What are you talking about? Consider that maybe she's the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up. Killing princess seems bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Do you consider that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave. Jesus. Alright, that's a lot of options. Yeah, you can really tell this is the Scarlet Hollow team already. What the fuck are we doing? I don't know. Do you have any questions to begin with here?
Yeah, the end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I don't. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it wasn't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. I see what's so complicated.
Why would that deviled egg be on the windowsill if it wasn't for me to eat it?
Exactly.
That's why.
Come on, it's so wet, it's ready to go.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock here, so, nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she is dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end. And there's no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched, and it's about to ruin everything. Like, straight up everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Killing a princess...
This seems good and normal, doesn't it?
Seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? I mean, if anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress, right? Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules, so I do have to say I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you are the only one that can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Do I get some kind of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
What? Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Forget it, I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it. Alright, so what are our options now? We can look, we'll go talk to her and see if she's bad as you say. Maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything till I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Fine, I'll go to the cabin. Okay, I'm sold, let's get this over with. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave.
Maybe we'll do it.
Maybe we'll do it?
Yeah.
We're gonna do the wishy-washy?
Yeah.
Okay, hit me up.
Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I'll guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you within her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it will be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So, sure, go talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. It's not like, I like living in the world. Got a state in upstate New York. Got it from my folks, and I'm like, damn, it's nice to own a home now, but no. I guess it's because it's all about you. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You will find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He does not know what he's talking about. The voice of the hero. Is this gonna be some fucking, drunk detective game? Disco Elysium shit? Oh, we're going in. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table, and perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You will need it if you want to do this right.
Just in case.
Because why not, at the end of the day, right? You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. Alright, I guess we can't turn around. We gotta go to the basement.
Oh, and now our hand for the cursor has a blade in it.
Oh, that's cute. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Wow, narrator. So if people live in a shitty house, they should just die? Is that what you're saying?
I'm pretty sure that's, you know what, that's not where I expected to come down when I started this, but after giving it some thought, yeah, I'm committing to this. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there? She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all a part of her manipulation.
Hi!
You want to go with hi?
Yeah.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. Shh.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Well, do we want to try to play it as straight as possible the first time forward? Just go in and fucking not...
We already didn't.
That's true. Because we're already, like, dilly-dallying. So, all right, so
I haven't decided yet. How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk? Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Don't you dare.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it or tighten our grip.
Hmm.
Don't do it. I know what you're thinking about, and I need you to not do that.
Let's keep holding it.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing, your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Can't help but notice that there are two chains, and only one of them is on her, and the other one looks like it's broken.
So you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it will be too late. End this.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
If you go into this expecting to die, then you are going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
What do we do?
I just got this knife.
No, I just got it. Yeah, that's right. You just got this. It's shiny and it's yours.
Yeah, I'm not dropping it.
Yeah.
And then I'm not talking to you.
Well?
Squint.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back at you.
The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you? Squint at the princess even harder.
You squint even harder. And so does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink. Drop the blade or slay the princess.
I'm too lazy, I'll drop the blade.
Really?
Yeah.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess, face to face, unarmed. She has gigantic doe eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
She's like an eye or whatever those things are.
there's anime eyes, and then there's whatever the heck you got going on here, friend.
That's like a full third of her cranial volume.
Yeah,
right there.
like really. Because remember, square cube law, right? Those are huge freaking spheres inside that
Yeah.
noggin there.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there is no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You are going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship? Hold on. So we got some options here. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. Want to start with
Oh, what?
Want to start with what's your name?
Sure.
Yeah. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
That's actually the fact that you had to hesitate and then didn't give us a name is kind of fucked up. Note the lack of detail. You cannot trust her.
How long have you been down here? Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you will never get a straight answer out of her.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about
That's
that?
like the least, at least fucking own it, right? There's no sense staring at her for 2 minutes with your sword gripped and then dropping it and going over there's people out there who think you're going to end the world.
I mean, clearly we don't. We put down the blade. I think let's go with it.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Deflect, what are you going to do if I let you out of here? Been told enough. I was hoping you would tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding.
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
Or she keeps hesitating because she's lying. There's that too. She knows what she would do. She is just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. That answer, I can't answer it in a way you'd find meaningful, is the worst.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's
What does that even mean?
That's the worst. Like, there's no... You say this is about... She's about to say this is about trust, right? Or she just said it was about
Yeah.
trust. But, like, no, you're not showing any trust in our direction here. We're given a whole lot, and you are just giving us snide little non-answers.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me, and I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking. She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question this situation, and there's a reason you've listened. So I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She is right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So, do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
A relationship?
Chip. Oh, a relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Yeah. Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't even bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough. Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Slay the princess. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the change. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other while I decide what to do. And remember, there are no wrong decisions here.
So let's go with the maximally wishy-washy one at the bottom. We're going for wishy-wash playthrough.
This really is a wishy-washy playthrough.
Yeah.
Like, we are just, like, begging to be told what to do, and everyone's like, make your own decision, fucko. Well,
no, that's not the case.
she's
We're
like-
being told what to do, and we're refusing to commit to any action of any kind.
Which is like, I'd argue worse. I'd argue that's worse.
Yeah, anyway, that's what we're gonna do. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have a choice to make. Let's hope for all of our sakes it is the right one.
I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think it's a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die. You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs. Oh, we picked up our sword again.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Are you slipping into Beatrice a bit there?
Maybe.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Whatever vibe she's got going on down there.
She was using the red truth.
She was speaking in red. Of course it's the truth.
Slip these chains. She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job. Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying. No, we're sticking to the plan of locking her down here. Committing to being wishy-washy in the way we were, or being wishy-washy about our wishy-washiness?
That's really tough.
That is really tough.
I don't know which one is the maximally wishy-washy choice.
I feel like this one.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying. It is never too late to do the right thing. Now! Hurry! Oh, that does mean we stab her.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
What is with her hands?
That's fucked up.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure that you stay down. And as you lie crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best that you could do? Look at you, completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
This is the end, isn't it?
I am afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 2, The Tower. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her, and if you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time that either of us have been here.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just gonna kill us again.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her, but slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
But I'm so good at that. This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly have not been a part of it. Like I said, we have just met for the first time, you and I. Also, look how our claws little on the pointer, his little claw curled pointed pointer.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Okay, so those are very two different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say, for a moment, that this really is the second time that you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died the last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her. and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless.
She is just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Okay, yes, but in this, again, purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived a happily ever after, or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
So you admit you told me that she would?
I don't think I did. I don't think I did.
If she ended the entire world, then why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Listen, just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean that you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So, chin up. I believe in you.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
All she did...
killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world? To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands? Who locked her in that basement? What is this place? Never mind. I feel like one of these last two.
Yeah, who locked her in that basement?
People locked her in that basement. And I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
The narrator is your exasperated DM while your entire Dungeons & Dragons party is insisting on taking this campaign as far off the rails as possible, starting from minute 1.
That's exactly what's happening.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy if that helps, but that is just the way that things are.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I have told you everything that you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Even if he's hiding something, I doubt it would help us. I'm sure knowing what he knows would only make things worse. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist, I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying.
Look, just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. Pledge herself to her. How about this one? To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
Sure.
Listen, she is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, Just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you will be fine. So wait, does like our cognition of her change who she is? It's important that we get it out of her head and go in and not let her talk herself into a position of power.
She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably just because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her. Don't trust her. Just go in, do your job, and save the world.
That's
all. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. We want to go, or we want to fuck off?
Let's go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
All right. Proceed to the cabin. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word that she says.
Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us.
At least one of you has a shred of sense. Just make sure that you listen to him and not that whiner. Proceed into the cabin.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Man, Voice of the Broken sucks. The fuck is this?
This is different.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You will need it if you want to do this right.
Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small, we are small. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Do we want to tell the voice about it or just go? Or
Let's keep exploring.
which one?
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There is literally nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror.
There isn't.
Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway, and I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse.
For the last time, you are not going to die unless you let it happen. And, luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage anytime in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
Do we care about whether we're being lied to that there's a mirror? I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. It doesn't matter that there's a mirror. Remain silent. Approach the mirror. Seems like we gotta tie off this knot some way or another.
Yeah. I mean, it does matter, but...
It does matter, but do we want to keep arguing or just approach it or not?
Let's just approach it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There ain't much to see here.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean, huh? You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you understand how ridiculous that you look right now.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Well, that's fucked up.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here? Listen, I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, And you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Knife.
You do want to take it?
Knife. Yeah.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Enter the basement.
I'm torn between we stab her because she was mean and we walk away because the narrator is also mean.
I mean, right? I mean, here's the thing, is that we do love a woman that'll just straight up kill us.
You're right. That's true.
I want her to get unsanitary.
Hello, princess. I've come to be slain. I've come to be slain. Sorry. I've come to be slain. Fuck.
Shit. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
This is actually kind of nice.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me. You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Voice of the Broken wants that.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Listen, it doesn't matter what the little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions here. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, then they get you to the princess. So maybe take that in mind. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort. Every step requiring you to clamber over the edge of one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her. The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
What are we gonna do?
Let's keep it.
As if on command, the blades... We clicked! By the way, we clicked tighten your grip.
Ha!
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just gonna let that happen to us?
I have a duty to report facts as facts. And the fact of the matter is that you dropped the blade.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Neil.
What are we doing? We're gonna keep trying to...
Let's keep trying to say no. Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
Your fingers are very long, ma'am.
It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it. Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done, and I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her, and if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen now, hasn't she?
Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She's inevitable. Can't you feel it? I'm really feeling it.
Voice of the Broken, you need to take it down like 20 notches, alright, man?
No. He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her?
Okay. First thing is first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now, right? And if you're going to save the world, you need to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind. Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely like our perception of it. Our perception of her in this situation changes. The narrative in some way.
I have a concern. If we save the world, then how is she going to step on me?
Okay, so you know what? Just wrap it up, round 3. Let's just do it again. I thought you were voice of the broken, not voice of the horny. Alright, we got some explore options. What would you have me do? What do you have planned? Because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You could be whatever you want to be. Questions for you before I decide to do anything. What happened to you after I died? I'm not going to help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that. I'm yours to command. Pledge yourself to her.
Oh!
Shit, that's the one we're not supposed to do.
What you got planned? What's cooking?
What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
Yeah, what's cooking?
What's cooking? Good looking.
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free. If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself? Don't be rude, of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place. I can, easily, but that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful God, unbounded of her own will, is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me unto the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later, it makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
All right.
Well, I'm certainly convinced.
Okay, listen. I know you got to get your other head in the game here. All right. Maybe we can work something where she crushes your dick just a little bit, and then you can. No, okay. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've considered this one a wipe for several minutes now.
Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
She's very good at not answering questions, but coming up with good plausibilities for why she shouldn't answer them.
Not even good plausibilities for why she shouldn't. This isn't even a good reason.
It's rhetorically a good reason. It says she won't answer it, and it does not open it up for further discussion.
What happened to you after I died? Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There is an empty place at my side for you to fill, but if you'll have it, but it is not a place for an equal. It's a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
I'm not going to help you in the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that, or I am yours to command.
Sure, why not? Why not?
Why not what?
We got killed last time, so maybe if we pledge ourselves to her, we'll get killed again.
All right.
That'd be cool. Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need do now is break my chains. If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now, an echo. Is she talking about you?
That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
You see the hands on the...
Yeah. A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you are brought to your feet.
Break my chains. Then how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
What if I don't believe? What happens then?
Really? You poor wretched little thing, you already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart.
It's easy, and once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please, don't do this. What's the worst that could happen? Let's do this.
Her chains shatter and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Take her hand, or what happens now?
Let's take her hand. Cool.
But you do not take her hand. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here?
Yeah.
Why now?
I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. Supposed to look at the mirror.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. I don't want to look at us. Let's look at the mirror.
Just straight up approach it?
Yeah. I'm begging you, don't do this. The mirror never scared you before. It's different. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror.
Gaze into our reflection.
Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what is in it. It's you.
It me.
You are alone in a place that is empty. I guess this isn't the narrator anymore, so I should try to mix it up. You are alone. No, something it has to feel more ominous, though, right? Like, I don't know. What feels more ominous than that?
I don't know. I'm not good at ominous voices.
Yeah, ominous isn't really my thing. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet.
What?
Proceed to the cabin.
What?
That's right, we're doing scratchy voice. You're at the cabin.
Okay.
Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What the hell is What on earth is going on? What in biblically accurate shenanigans is going on here? What are you? The gift of the fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there? Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know what the world's beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body. Good gosh.
What are you? I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? Solitary lights? What do you mean? Thoughts without connections, a dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Aw.
What do you
Thoughts
think?
without connections, a dim and nascent network. Fascinating.
What do you think I am? I think that you were like me. We are oceans reduced to shallow creeks. The gift of a fragile vessel? Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Huh.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? I know only that they are. Is this the end of the world? How can the world have ended if we're talking?
Fair enough.
Do you know the narrator? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay.
Are you the princess? She is part of me, and part of me is her. But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself? You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Okay.
Do we know each other? You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Fascinating. Okay. So, what happens now?
Yeah. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Right, because if you believe, that's...
Bring me more perspective so that I may be whole, and then, perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Bring you more perspective. Interesting.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Fair enough.
How much will I forget?
Yeah.
Everything until we meet again.
And how many more pieces of you do we have to find?
Yeah. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if we don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I'm not going back, or...
Fuck it, make me forget.
All right, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Interesting.
Wait, we're back at chapter 1?
All right. The real Slay the Princess starts here.
The real Slay the Princess starts here.
Okay.
So, let's take a moment and kind of get... So, somehow the princess is... Or the being that is the princess is becoming... is a being based somehow around belief. Somehow about this structure of narrative. Right? Somehow this narrative is a way to bring her about. I'm going to wager the narrator is actually helping in this regard. Because without an impetus to create that conflict, we wouldn't see the multiple dimensions of her, and that wouldn't help bring that being forward more into being, right?
That's smart, and you're smart.
I don't know if I'm smart or if I'm just bullshitting. It feels like I'm just bullshitting, but maybe I'm smart.
Those can be the same things sometimes as a treat.
I'm going to be honest. From the moment I said, let's say, I felt like just this icy grip on my soul. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Give me a time to sip my tea here.
It's cool. I wonder if we're going to get different princesses based on what we do in chapter 1 here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's part of it, is that we have to do different things if we want different... Because at a minimum, one thing is clear. We want different aspects of this entity to come forward.
Yeah.
So we have to make different choices.
Well, should we play it straight and just...
Go up and stabbity stab?
Yeah.
Let's try it one more time. We're only about an hour into this sode, and I like a little more on it. So yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's
roll it. When did I
it.
start calling them sodes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unironically. Oh god, it happens. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What if we just silently do exactly what we're told?
Yeah.
No talking, no anything. We just go in, get the knife, make
you
a
make
quick
your
job
way up
of
the
it.
short path to the cabin. You will find the princess within.
We're not going through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You will need it if you want to do this right.
All right, let's take that blade.
Take that blade. You take the blade from the table. It would be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Time to stab.
The door to the
Sharpening my
basement...
knife, ready for stabs.
Right? Right? The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light into the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Who's there? She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all a part of the manipulation.
Let's continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steel your nerves and step forward.
Yep.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh, no talking then. Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
She has to keep talking and planting those thoughts in your head, because as long as you can consider those things, that gives her power.
Yep. So you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it will be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming, but I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me? It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is, she's dead.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days, that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Well, all right. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
What happened?
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry, you will be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You will be happy. Oh, okay. I am so glad that you're keeping an open mind. This is what is best for everyone. Trust me.
That's fantastic.
This is fantastic. I love this, actually. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. And you've never been happier.
Psst, hey, we're all just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Of course we are. I like it here.
Yeah, of course we are. I like it here. Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess.
More happy time passes. The word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. I don't like that it's shimmering. The cabin is now weirdly out of focus.
Please shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here.
The little voices' pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually, you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and past cease to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy forever.
Good ending. You did it. You saved everyone.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray. Oh.
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Are we really happy, or is he just telling us that we are?
Huh. Okay, maybe I'm not happy. And I'm not just saying that because you're the last person to talk to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Listen, I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing I would want you to... There's only one thing... It would want you to... Oh, the voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use the blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
He's right. It's the only way out.
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You're absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and therefore you shouldn't do it.
People die when they are killed.
People die when they are killed.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work.
That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die. If we die. You can yell at me all you want.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate. Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you, kid. Chapter 2, The Spectre. This is a different chapter 2. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her, and if you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met now for the first time.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. You'll just do it again.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Should we just do it?
Do we want to just do it again? This is the just do it timeline, isn't it?
Yeah, what if we just do it?
Just do it. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word that she says.
She won't be a problem.
Proceed into the cabin.
In fact, I wonder if this will be a situation like the last one where the voice of the cold just kind of wins.
Yeah.
Much like the voice of the broken just kind of won.
The interior of the cabin is cold. A soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You could hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Yoink!
The blade is your implement. You will need it if you want to do this right.
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
It's like I've been saying. She's dead. We killed her already.
Fuck it. We're just doing it. You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I hope there's an achievement for defeating the princess in unarmed CQC.
Right? The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent.
Well, no one's here, naturally.
As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure.
I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Okay, she's definitely dead.
It's just like I told you.
Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
I love her.
Oh, I love her. She's great. She's great. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, hold on. This isn't right. What's going on here?
A ghost.
Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What is this ghost supposed to do to us, huh?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, killer. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
She's got the stab wound in the middle of her. Aw, she's great. The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
So she has a body. And she's right there. That means we could kill her again if we wanted to.
This is the just do it timeline, ain't it?
Yeah.
Do we want to just do it or... Yeah, no. We've already committed.
Yeah.
Just do it. Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form. The skin of your hand prickling with the cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
Huh.
You're adorable when you're confused, but I didn't say you could touch me.
Oh shit, and she said it in red.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job or what?
If I knew I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have explained to you. I died and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different? Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. Of course I attacked you. You're supposed to be in the world. That's why I killed you last time too. You're dead, or at least mostly dead. What can you even do to hurt me? What do you want from me? Okay, team, I'm out of ideas. Thoughts?
Slay the princess harder. Yeah.
You swing at the princess once more, and once more your blade cuts through nothing as she disappears.
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirled around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here, together. All I ever wanted to do was leave this place. All I ever wanted to do was find a way back home. Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
But I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then...
Yeah?
Nothing happens.
Are you sure about that? Something should have happened.
And yet, it didn't. We're fine.
stare at her in silence,
Yeah,
refusing to talk,
yeah.
or step away, or just...
Let's stare.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it's over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I'm owed, starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. She's making us dead. We should return the favor.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat, and it connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly.
Did we get her?
Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 3? We never made it to Chapter 3.
Oh,
Last
fuck.
time we only got to Chapter 2.
Yeah.
What is this nonsense? We're on a path in the woods.
Yeah, here we go again. Off to Slayer. Again.
I think... Is this where we take a break? I think this is where we take a break. This is a good EP1 right here.
All right.
I don't know about y'all, but I am excited. I'm very excited that Just Do It has not continued to work. we are being actively punished for being stab happy now. If you're liking it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that goodness. We're gonna keep doing Just Do It route for a little bit. I'm getting kind of the shape of what this game looks like. We'll probably futz around for as long as we feel like. I don't know if we'll go for 100% if it feels like things are because there is some repetition. If it feels like things are getting old, you know, maybe we'll cut it or do like a compilation episode or something. But either way, hope you're all enjoying it. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Peace.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.